it was pretty scary. And here we go. Picks and bans for game number 2. Anarchy versus SKTelecom.
Gnar ban, so we could see a Hecarim here from Anarchy. And there's the Rise, the expected ban on this patch. The question is, does the Kalista start to get through more because the Rise is seen as that required ban? They're going to ban the Azir again. I assume we're going to see the Cassiopeia ban one more time from Anarchy unless they want to first pick it. Was to removed by SKTelecom. So will it be the Cassiopeia? They banned Rise on red side last game. Now they freed up a ban for Gnar. And Ixu has played a lot of Hecarim in the top lane.
So do you think it's going to be a first pick Hecarim if it gets to that point, or do you think they'll maybe go with the LeBlanc instead?
Could go with the Alistar.
Oh, that's true too.
Or the Gragas, depending on which one is available. Now that they've banned the Cassiopeia, they're going to get one or the other. And there's LeBlanc. So it will be Gragas and Alistar.
I think you take the Gragas here. Lyra's had a lot of pretty good plays on Gragas. Not a lot of wins, but a lot of good plays.
SKT could go a pretty safe Hecarim pick here without that Frozen Mallet Gnar to really punish in the split push.
Sure. Maokai also available for Mar as well.
Yeah, probably not going to take that in the first round of the draft. But you will take whichever of Alistar or Gragas is available. I think Anarchy will just prioritize Lyra's pick because that has been a very good champion for Lyra. And because they need that pressure on the mid lane to deal with Faker.
Yeah. And so the first 2 picks coming out for SKTelecom now. They've got the option to take that Rumble. Alistar still available as well.
Yeah, Alistar Rumble was Anarchy's first 2 picks on the red side last game. Anarchy showing that they do want to try and take that away, and so that'll be a lock-in for Marin. He gets back to his most played champion of all time.
Yep, there's the Alistar pickup locked in. It's going to be going to Wolf, of course, and so 2 more picks over to Anarchy. So is it going to be the Janna, maybe? It'd be a little bit odd to see it picked so early, although it doesn't really matter, I guess, if the support is already chosen on the other side.
I love the Gragas pick for Anarchy because it allows them to be disruptive and really play to Mickey's strengths on Assassins. Get him somebody to burst down in terms of that single target damage. They may take a little bit of disengage here as well. Maokai.
With this Janna, do you think this is a situation where they're going to go for some sort of late game hyper carry ADC? You know?
Absolutely could pick Vayne with this composition. This is a very good composition for Vayne. If they lock in the Janna and the Maokai, you isolate someone. If there's a flank coming in, just go ahead and burn them on soon. And you also have a way to create a pick with the Twisted Advance. But Hecarim also just fine with this composition with Vayne. The core part is really the Gragas is the strong part with Vayne. And they will switch over to Thresh. So opting for a bit more pick potential here.
Well, Nunu and Sivir immediately hovered over by SKTelecom. And Sivir, of course, is never a bad pick for Bang right now. What about this Nunu, though?
What is Bengi doing?
I don't know. It's a bit odd. All right, well, there's your Photoshop / animated GIF / whatever opportunity for the evening. Enjoy.
All right, so Nunu here, of course, a classy pick for
Bengi.
Classic Bengi pickup. The Rengar definitely not in Bengi's wheelhouse, but the I think the Urgot's coming in, but we'll see.
Okay, back to the original 2. Nope.
Rek'Sai. So they really are putting emphasis on the early and mid game. Sivir, Rek'Sai, Rumble.
No classy Nunu this game.
Very strong dragon control and early to mid game team fighting. Anarchy going to be a little more reliant on items, at least with the Hecarim. So do they go full scaling here with the Vayne? Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I think that was kind of going to be the plan all along. It seemed like they were hinting at it.
Vayne Ahri, they could go full Najin with this composition.
Yeah, that's true.
I think you're still confident in Mickey's Ahri. He played it well last game, and the amount of disruption.
Might want to take that Victor away from Faker, though. I suppose there is that.
Now, does Faker get saucy and play the reverse matchup of Ahri into Victor?
Of course he does. Of course he does. Yes. Yes, I think you do exactly that. I would not be surprised one bit.
It's good with the team, too. Very good.
Yeah, it is.
Very good pick potential.
Yeah, and they're going to lock in the Victor in the vein. So what's the pick going to be? This is probably not going to take them very long. Mid-Jana, yeah. Let's see Faker do it. Can he get the win on Mid-Jana?
He continues his A to Z of Champions wins. He got the Mid Aurelia. Now it's time to go down the list.
That's true, man. If you can win with Mid Aurelia, you can win with Mid-Jana. Her AP scaling is pretty out of control with that whirlwind, you know. You can do a lot of damage in the end. You shield yourself. It's like giving yourself a BF sword in lane, you know. It's a lot of trading. Yeah, the Ahri, though. Oh, Orianna. I think I like the Ahri a little bit better, but you could argue that the Orianna works well with the ultimates on the team, so why not?
Yeah, it's a conservative pick.
Yeah.
Just looking to control the laning phase. I'm a bit sad he didn't take the Ahri, but this is Orianna is Faker's most played champion of all time. He doesn't play it very much anymore, though. Played a lot towards the beginning of his career, but it has fallen off a bit lately. We don't see a lot of Orianna here in Korea.
Yeah.
Especially this season. Nagne has had one game on that champion.
This will, I feel like, give SKTelecom a really good team to control Dragon with. They're going to have a really nice team fight early on.
Yes, they will. And I'm curious to see what he could do in lane. He's very scared, I think, of getting ganked again like he did last game, and the amount of poke.
Faker's never scared. He's just wary.
Wary.
That's right.
Well put.
He's just careful.
So they have more speed, however, with the Orianna just to create picks. This is more of a composition around Bang than anything else. Although we'll see what they can do with the Orianna-Alistair combo. The combo I like to call Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Oh, man. Yep.
Google that one, kids.
Or if you're in South Dakota, just go and have it for breakfast or have it for dinner like you did for breakfast or something. Well, there we go. It is time for game number 2, Anarchy versus SKTelecom. Who takes it? Let's find out. See, I live close to South Dakota, but I never did have that.
There's tons in Colorado, actually, where
Wow,
I've had them.
It's like a Western Midwest kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mickey doesn't feel like he wants a trinket this game.
Who needs trinkets anyway? He's already got the Hex Tech core. He's like, this is enough trinkets for me. He's like, wait a second. I feel like something's missing.
Yeah, we'll see how much this hurts him, actually. If he doesn't have some vision early on, whether SKT is going to adapt to that and try to get up to some shenanigans. Lyra and Ixu going to get into the jungle and on to Bengi. There is a Command Protect, so starting with the Command Protect this game.
I guess so. Well, I suppose the Faker's going to just sit back and farm. That's not a bad choice.
Uh-oh, Mickey may have to flash. Oh, no.
Well, Snowflower takes the Flay and flays Wolf away, which...
Yeah, Wolf not committing to a skill yet either, so probably just going to go for the heal, of course. But yeah, the Flay will prevent any kind of pulverized shenanigans at level 1. So deep ward in onto the red buff for both teams, finding the opportunity to check out some of these starting jungle paths. And now Bengi just going to the Gromp.
Going to the Gromp. He's got to get to the Gromp. He got there. Good for him. Yeah, meanwhile, we're going to have a Gromp start on the other side as well.
Everybody gromping.
Yep. Can't stop gromping.
Sounds like a dance that should be banned at high school prom.
I know, yeah, that's right. Chaperones will be watching to make sure there is no gromping going on. That's right. Yep, it's the latest trend in clubs, you know. Gromping. I don't know what the kids do these days, you know.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
We're so out of touch now.
I know, right? We are. We need to spend more time on Reddit. The voice of a generation. That's frightening to think about.
It's a beautiful chaos, though. What can I say?
It is a tapestry of diverse opinions and
intelligent thought.
yeah, and you know, preferences, what people are into. Well, Bang doing a bit of poking here. Whoa, gets grabbed by the death sentence. Bang is in a little bit of trouble. Nice pulverize from Wolf, though. Hits both Snowflower and Songyun. That probably saved Bang from having to use his flash there.
Wow.
Oh, Ixu.
Yeah, he did have to burn his heal, though, and he took his spell shield second, so some misplays there. Bang going too far forward and actually spell shielding nothing at the end of that. And that's a pretty big hit. You have to play conservatively levels 1 through 3 if you have an Alistar in that lane. You simply just can't trade with a Thresh that early on because he's just sitting there yelling heals at you.
Oh, do you feel better yet? Walk it off.
He's basically just a hell of a personal trainer.
That's right. It's to have like a motivation context or a contest with the guy from Whiplash. I don't know if anyone would survive that, though.
Okay, so Faker just trying to trade here slowly over time.
Oh, they were body slamming over the wall. Gets a slow onto Faker, but that's about it. Just kind of stands there for a moment, too, being like, huh, well, I didn't really get a lot done.
Snowflower on the roam as well while he was waiting for Bang to come back into lane. So trying to do something, but Faker just going to be pushed back under the turret, safely playing this one out.
It's interesting to me that on the Korean client, it doesn't say like what you would think the Korean equivalent of level up would be. It just says level up written in Korean characters. Level up.
Well,
which is how you would pronounce it if you're reading the Korean characters.
That's true.
For the record, Bengi coming in behind Mickey. Faker going in, a little bit of a bait here. Faker getting ignited, though. There's a flash from Mickey. Flash knock up from Bengi. Can Faker get this kill? Mickey turning around. That's still a lot of damage onto Faker. Oh, but first blood still goes to SKTelecom. Bengi picking that one up.
And, wow, Faker just not even hitting the heal right there. He got very low, really knowing the limits on that Victor. I'm surprised.
Yeah, really
he was
keeping
so
an eye on the
confident.
cooldowns.
And he got both summoners out for nothing and the first blood in his lane. So that's a gank that Mickey can make again and again.
It's a massive lead for Faker.
And now they saw.
Ixu, really? I don't know about this, Ixu. Yeah, you're dead.
Okay.
Wow, bit of an overcommitment from Ixu in top, and that gives SKTelecom a kill onto their solo laner up there.
You have to be so careful when you don't have that flash. Yeah, he used the Ignite right there, but it wasn't quite enough to deal with Mar, and Bengi now on the top side making sure. So as I was about to say, so they saw the level 4, or the 4-minute gank coming in from Lyra, and the fact that Lyra still hasn't gone back yet, so they assumed that probably he was backing after making that gank, or sometime shortly thereafter, to get his jungle item. And that's why they made that play onto the mid lane, so some aggression punished very early by SKTelecom. That Oriana now with the Chalice, some magic resist to lend him even more durability in these trades.
This is really the last thing you want to give SKTelecom early in the game.
Bengi is just committed to camping the mid lane.
Well, they can really make Mickey's life miserable without any summoners here if they stick around. He's got to be really careful. Oh boy. Oh, you can't do this, man.
He's very scared.
Yeah. Bengi.
Still, he doesn't have any wards. His trinket ward is down. There's not that same level of control over the mid lane that we saw Anarchy playing with in the last one, and here we go again.
Yep, that's right. Mickey trying to make it out. Lyra with the body slam, trying to keep Bengi away. They're going to get the knock up onto him. Either way, Mickey going to lose out on a little bit more CS here.
Faker used his shockwave early on. They tried to get the kill while Mickey was pre-6. Didn't commit to that, though.
Well, no need to commit at this point, I suppose. You already have a lead in that lane, and no need to take the risk.
Chasing Lyra off, protecting that pink ward. Both laner is pretty low right now, but Faker with the potion advantage.
Well, Wolf condemned against wall. He's actually taking a lot of damage. Does a play as well. Bang able to step up and do a little bit with auto attacks. And wow, knocked away Songyun. Wolf trying to keep him away here. This is a little bit crazy. Okay, this fight's still going. Snowflower has to flash. Bang flashes for the auto. Lyra comes in a little bit too late. No, he doesn't come in too late. Gets the kill. This game's getting a bit silly already. Songyun trying to come in for the kill, but there is Bengi not able to engage on that, though, as Wolf has to flash to get away.
Very odd that Bang and Wolf are playing this lane so aggressively without very much respect for their opponents, and that's really hurting them because now we have that CS lead developing onto Songyun, and there were a lot of summoner spells used by SKTelecom over the series of that play. In fact, all of them on the bottom side of the map, so maybe overplaying their hand just a little bit here.
Yeah, I think there was
especially with no knowledge of where Lyra is. To flash forward like that is quite greedy.
Yeah, I think a bit of overconfidence on the side of SKTelecom, and they paid for it, you know? They lost their AD carry. Had to burn a couple summoners. Oh, Faker gets grabbed. This could be bad. Faker getting played as well. Flashes away. Shockwave brings him back in. Oh, still can't make it out of the damage from the Ignite, though. But here comes SKT Marin and Wolf as well with that two-man Pulverize. Mickey could be in a bit of trouble, but no, Marin not able to really do the damage here. Ixu teleporting down as well. Oh, Wolf, goodbye. SKTelecom, come on.
Well,
come on,
wow,
guys.
Marin just terrible ult right there.
Yeah.
Didn't Equalizer not hitting anyone. Looked like he was trying to zone them out and come in behind with the Flame Spinner and force them to make a decision, but he just wasn't able to get that angle, so very easy for Anarchy to avoid that. And Wolf also couldn't headbutt them onto the Equalizer, so a lot of deaths. And again, Anarchy making plays out of the laning phase, starting to get Mickey ahead. 2 kills for him will be very much appreciated after how much Bengi did in the early game to take that. Now they're going to try and make a play well. Equalizer's down. Great job.
Snowflowers really hitting the death sentences this game. And Marin, he's not going to make it out of this. A kill for Snowflower here, but he deserves one, man. He's been really making some great skill shots around the map in the last few minutes.
Yeah, didn't have to take that, actually. Ixu dropping the Ignite to finish it up, but this is a lot of plays being made. And by the way, Wolf has missed several combos today as well, and that was just the buffering of the Condemn not working very well with his Pulverize around that ability. And now he's going to have, so they can't make a play, SKT. Dropping behind by about 800 gold after a pretty poor series of engagements around the map. And just, they're making a lot of plays without having adequate vision.
Yeah, they're just
to know where people are, playing too aggressively, and they're just getting punished.
They're getting cocky, they're getting sloppy, and Anarchy has shown over and over again that you really still do need to take them seriously. You can beat them, but you can't mess around with these guys.
Yeah, and Snowflower, too, doing very well this game.
Yeah. Very true. And so, it's another occasion where, Faker manages to steal the Big Raptor, but it's another occasion where SKT is going to just kind of sit back and play for the late game now, I guess.
I guess they are. They're not too far behind in gold yet, but there's some really good scaling on the Anarchy composition, so now they're going to be fighting a bit of an uphill battle. They want to go ahead and use Bengi's tunnels to try and take out an early dragon. They have position over the river right now, but they're going to take a lot of damage from this drag.
Yeah, even with the ward there, though, it doesn't look like Anarchy is wanting to contest this.
They have TP advantage, so there's not really much that Anarchy can do besides attempt like a death ray steal here, but it's going to be too late. Rumble in the top side, just able to control this Hecarim.
It's a little bit of a boost in damage for SKTelecom, which helps mitigate a little bit of the edge Anarchy has. Lyra coming over the wall after Wolf. Snowflower's right there. Another hit death sentence. Wolf able to get out of that one, though. Oh, right into Bang over the wall. Snowflower could be in a bit of trouble here. Mickey coming in, gets exhausted. Faker coming down. There's a kill for Faker. Onto the support. But responding Mickey able to take out Wolf. So both supports going down. And again, it just feels these are such awkward skirmishes happening in this game.
Well, right there, Bengi was farming the bottom side jungle while Wolf was trying to clear out a pink ward. They really overcommitted to that. Look how many pink wards Anarchy has in their bottom side right now. They are desperate to protect this Vayne and to make sure that Songyun can continue to get an advantage in this laning phase.
Well, they're doing a great job.
They're blacking out the vision from SKT. And when you don't have any vision, I mean, they had 5 pink wards down up until just a second ago. When you don't have any vision, you need your jungler and support to work together in order to get control. And that's just not happening.
Yeah, SKTelecom definitely needing to tighten things up. Otherwise we could see a game 3.
It's just surprising considering how clean SKT's game was in the first one. It seems like they really let their attention drop.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
many more careless mistakes made this game as opposed to the last one.
And credit to Anarchy as well, too, not letting that loss in Game 1 phase them at all. They really are coming to play in Game 2 just as much and look very strong. Bengi over the wall, gets a knockup on Ixu. Ixu appearing to not see this happening. Going to have to ult away. And he is Hecarim, so he's pretty fast. But this is going to give Marin a nice little bit of time in the top lane to push it up to farm to get a bigger advantage. Marin has gotten a nice CS lead up there.
Yeah, he has, and it's going to continue to get pushed forward because that little delay on the recall means that Ixu can't trade as a result of not having his ultimate there quite as well. And now he's going to lose a wave of CS also. Has to go for those hug guard boots right after the phase just because he keeps getting repeatedly shoved out of lane.
Lyra managed to smite away the big raptor there. So getting a bit of Bengi's jungle. That turret's taken a decent amount of damage too from Mickey. He has really done well in this mid lane.
Yeah, and Lyra and Mickey, that's a great synergy that they have going down. We've seen them rack up those kills out of the laning phase, work well around each other mechanically, and now they're just zoning out Faker and Bengi, trying to take this mid lane turret and seize control of this game. Meanwhile, the Vayne going even in terms of CS on the bottom side. Down a kill, but still in a really good place.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just going to be able to take this mid lane turret, so Anarchy able to scrap out a couple of early kills, get that first turret.
Bang has to run out of the bottom side too. Just has to pop his ult and his flash to get out of a 1v1 versus Songyun, who just tried to engage him right there.
Oh, Mickey coming in to scout out this blue buff, but they're not going to find it. Wow, a grab onto Wolf. Wolf caught in the gravity field as well. The box going to go in for the headbutt. Pulverize here, but Lyra's going to zone out Bang. Bang's still low health here. Bang actually going to get taken out by Lyra. Faker manages to get the kill on the Snowflower. Bang's still alive for the moment anyway. Can he make it out though? Mickey goes down. Meanwhile, Lyra able to get that kill finally. Wolf comes down, gets the exhaust onto Lyra. There's a Pulverize as well too, but he needs the rest of his team there. Bengi coming in, and now Lyra a little bit on his own. And here's a skirmish that did not work out terribly well for Anarchy. They did get the kill onto Bang, but that's about it. They gave up 3 in return.
You just can't be that aggressive yet if you're Anarchy. First up, Ixu wasn't even there. His ultimate not up, and he didn't. I don't know if his teleport was still down. It was definitely close to being up or up. Marin able to respond with the TP. But one of the advantages that SKTelecom has is how tanky this Alistar is in the early game. With his ultimate, you can't really make picks on him. So Anarchy really overcommitting to an Alistar whose ult was up, who is able to wait out that gank. And then just the incredible early game potency, having this Rumble in the mix. And the Rumble was ahead, remember, as well from the top side, so had a little bit of that item advantage, and they're able to carry it through. So now SKT ties up that gold lead, and we're back to being even. It's still okay for Anarchy, just due to their superior scaling, but
yeah, you can't make mistakes like that.
You don't need to commit to those fights right now.
Yeah.
Just be patient. You're already winning the game.
Well, ult pop by Songyun, going to go in after Bang here. Bang could be in a lot of trouble. Yeah, Songyun trying to win this 1v1. Bang gets taken out. Wolf can't get there in time. And yeah, if you're Bang, you need to be really careful, man. This Blade of the Ruined King already picked up by Songyun, and he's going to be able to win duels against a Sivir with no big items yet.
Avarice Blade? Yeah, of course. It's very good item timing, and Songyun taking advantage of that. Now they want Lyra. There's the equalizer. Can they get it? Lantern will rip Lyra to safety.
Snowflower's been making some decent plays.
He's been great this game.
Yeah. Very good.
And Songyun doing a good job of taking care of himself. He's winning those 1v1s, so now what is SK going to do? They can't leave Bang on his own, but if they try and 2v1 on the bottom side, Snowflower will just wander all over the map.
Right.
So,
Marin coming in behind Songyun. Songyun has no ult, so he can't sneak his way out of this one. Lyra coming down too, but Songyun might be in a little bit of trouble here. Condemns Wolf back. That was Wolf coming down, actually. And they get the flash, at least, out of Vayne. I thought that was Marin, but I was wrong. I mistook the Yordle for the cow, or vice versa.
A common mistake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, happens all the time. Oh, Wolf getting way too close to that. Gets hooked. Box used by Snowflower, and that's a nice ult to get out of the way right before this dragon comes up.
Really awkward right there to try and make that pick when you don't have very much damage for backup.
Well, SKT, Sivir ultimate activated. Mickey makes it out. Kind of a weird way. Wow, Marin just gets 1v1 by Ixu. That was Interesting. Faker gets pushed back. Looks like this dragon is going to go to Anarchy.
And are they going to take a top tower for it as well?
Looks like they will. Wow, SKT. How in the world? Gonna have to see how Marin died 1v1 to Hecarim there.
Well,
Marin not looking too pleased with himself after that.
Pro tip, Hecarim had a Sheen. Marin has no armor because he went Liandry's Home Guard Sork Boots first.
Yeah, you can't.
And then he also doesn't have Ignite.
Can't go melee with Hecarim like that.
This is probably going to be pretty straightforward in terms of ult, hit back, then use Sheen procs with Rampage to kill him with Ignite. I mean, he's not itemized to deal with this Hecarim at all.
No.
And now it's a dragon and a tower over to Anarchy. No reason to get the Liandry's this early. Hecarim isn't even building HP as a Trinity Force, but it's not like he's going Cinder Hulk this game. Doesn't have that smite.
This is starting to get a little bit scary for SKTelecom.
Yes, it is.
They really can't make any more errors this game if they want to win this one 2-0. And Anarchy doing a really good job of punishing SKTelecom every time they step outside of.
And doing a great job of controlling the vision as well. They've had so many wards down on the map.
All right, well, Songyun not able to get the 1v1 against Bang there. Wolf is there to support him. Meanwhile, Lyra, though, getting into the jungle.
Great timing from Anarchy. Look at that. The wave is pushing forward. There's like one hit left on the turret in the bottom side, so the support and jungle move in to zone them off, threaten them on the backside of the tower. That leaves Songyun there to collect the gold off the turret and puts this Anarchy team in a very good position to contest the blue buff right here. TP advantage to SKT for a brief time.
Well, headbutt pulverized, Songyun and Snowflower knocked up. Here come Faker and Bengi coming in, zoning with the gravity shield. Mickey doing a lot of damage to Bengi. There's a nice equalizer.
Oh!
Whoa! What a shockwave! That is huge. SKTelecom going to crush this team fight. Lyra sneaks his way out of this one. I don't know if he's going to be able to escape, but this is what SKTelecom does. Wow, Lyra does make it out, but
and look at the narrow timing they hit. Right before Ixu had his TP up.
Yeah.
They knew they only had about 10 seconds to make that play, and they actually executed. Equalizer Shockwave doing some insane work.
This is kind of
against Anarchy, and now SKT's back in it. And this is what is so good about this SKT lineup, and what is so good about Faker is that he can come in and make a play and get you back in the game.
Right. I mean, it was a great equalizer from Marin as well, too.
So good synergy. And that is wonderful communication right there. And such confidence to make this play while the TP is just barely not up. There we go. Coming in right there.
Right onto the equalizer.
What a beautiful combination. And then the spell shield, too, onto the explosive cast. Marin able just to come through and finish off for the double. Wow.
Well, I mean, that's not nearly catching Lyra there, too, but that's the thing about this SKTelecom team is that they do get a little bit cocky sometimes. They do play lazy, but when they're down, they seem to always just sort of suddenly become like one mind, you know, and find that opportunity to win that big team fight.
I'm very impressed, mostly with the communication and teamwork that resulted around that extremely small timing window.
Yeah.
Off of that teleport.
It's frustrating for Anarchy, too, because they played this game really well, and just one small, like very small misstep there, and they get punished so hard for it.
But that's what a really good team is, right? Is that it's this League of Legends is a team that is so incredibly focused on teamwork that you have to have good communication so that you can make those plays. Of course, now Ixu does have his TP up, and they have TP advantage, but they have to do something around this edge. Now they're...
Lyra, boy, that's the play of the year there. Wow, Shockwave brings Lyra in, he takes the lantern out. Snowflower catches Wolf, actually, brings him into the box. Wolf's so tanky, though, pops his ultimate teleport coming down, though. Ixu getting there, command protect. Wolf somehow makes it out. Ixu, though, manages to catch Bengi. Bengi goes down. So SKTelecom still losing someone there.
Yeah, nice response from Anarchy, knowing that they had that TP up, even though it starts out poorly from Lyra.
It's not a good play from Lyra, but they end up getting a kill anyway. Oh, they grab Faker. Wow. Whoops.
Snowflower has been on point with these thresh mechanics this game.
No kidding.
And now they have to use the equalizer just to burn the wave. I don't know if you placed that there, actually.
Yeah.
I think you placed that vertically along the minion wave instead of in front of the tower, because Anarchy was just able to commit to that before the minion wave actually died. And now they're back up to that 2K gold lead.
Well, Anarchy certainly not out of it yet. This is a very close game.
And this, again, just like last game, Anarchy was able to respond to SKT blow for blow in the early game using that. Now Faker,
nice flash
great
play.
Flash play.
Wow. If Anarchy pulls this off, Snowflower has my MVP vote already.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He may have died a lot, but he's also been the cleanup kills and objectives that have resulted as part of his thresh mechanics have been great.
Hey, if you're a support and you make the plays, it doesn't matter if you die afterwards. You just need to make that initial play, you know?
Faker going for the Echo here. Wants that move speed to dodge around and kite a little bit better, especially since...
It's good poking, too.
Yep, great poking.
As we can see there. Dragon up in 6 seconds. Now, the Dragons are even between these two teams, and SKTelecom still has a pretty devastating team fight, potentially. But it would still be close. SKTelecom, though, has the advantage where they, as far as this Dragon goes anyway, they've got the position that they want.
Ixu has a good flank going right now, but no one would teleport for that edge at the moment. Marin looks like he may finally be moving towards the zone. Yes, maybe it's just a death cap, though.
Yeah, could be Ixu trying to come in from the flank. Wolf pushes Lyra back a little bit. Oh, Ixu got a little bit too close, has to ult away after getting knocked up and losing half of his health there. Faker still saving that shockwave. Flash harpoon from Marin to slow him down. Meanwhile, Bengi, though, takes a lot of damage. Or a little bit of damage anyway from Mickey. Dragon activated.
Still up.
Yeah, and without Ixu there, without that ultimate, SKTelecom in a good position to take this, but Anarchy still threatening. Looks like the Dragon's going to go to SKTelecom, though Anarchy has to back away.
No TP available for Ixu to get in there and actually go and make a play with home guard TP or something like that, so they do have to back off. That said, it's just a Dragon right now. They were smart not to commit to that.
Yeah, they didn't lose anyone.
They didn't lose anyone. They still have tower advantage by 3.
And it looks like they want to try to flank from behind here. Yeah, Ixu back. Bengi's still at about half health here. SKTelecom needs to be careful.
Well, right now, Anarchy has to be very concerned with clearing out their side lanes. And with Marin having TP, he's got a lot of choices of where he wants to go. So SKTelecom just trying to play this very cautiously, disengage from anything that's going on right here in the mid lane, but still provide pressure onto top and bot, and they are successful in that. Side wave control, very good for SKT, and that's going to result in a tower.
Yeah, Marin is going to come very close to getting it at least. Minions not quite able to finish it off.
A little bit off. That hurts.
Yeah, the next time, though, that Anarchy leaves that tower unattended, it's going to go down very quickly. Still, though, the gold would be nice to have right now. Yep. Now, Bang has been able to keep up on CS with this Vayne, but...
Well, that's not saying much.
I know. If Songyun's able to get decent positioning in a team fight, things could get pretty ugly for SKTelecom. All right. Going after this mid lane turret. One thing SKT does have going for them is that this mid and bot lane turret are both very low, so they could potentially close up the gold gap very quickly if they get an opportunity.
Yeah, they absolutely
could. They get
nice
the flash.
Force on the flash, although shockwave will be unavailable for future disengages, but Snowflower's been very reliant on that flash for playmaking.
Exactly.
So that actually takes away Anarchy's main initiation tool because Lyra hasn't had the best explosive casks this game.
I think it's a good trade. I mean, shockwave does not have a very high cooldown.
Okay, so here we go. Marin again just trying to get this wave into the tower. He's reluctant to move past the river given the lack of wards on that side of the map for him. And again, side waves in favor of SKTelecom. They're applying very slow, even pressure on the map to chip down these turrets and eventually get something out of this game. Figure more than likely going to be picking up the death cap next. Not really needing a Zhonya's yet.
Yeah, just going for that damage. I think that's going to certainly be the important thing when you're looking at like a Victor and a Vayne on the other side. If you can blow one of them up, that's a one-team fight.
All right, Marin also recalling finally as Azonia's done. That's going to be a big game changer, actually, for SKT.
Yeah, Marin's finally able to at least fight this Hecarim a little bit. It's still not great, but you can at least kind of keep the lanes from pushing too far. That turret's getting very, very low.
All right, Ixu wants the flank attack here, but SKT no longer seeing that Hecarim. They just watched him walk up the river, and so they're not going to be too confident in that. Now Ixu will... is he going to save the tower? Looks like he gets the minion wave just in the nick of time.
Once again.
Well, this is just a game of wave manipulation for SKT right now, and they're confident that over time they will succeed.
They need to deal with top lane, though.
Oh, they will. They'll pull back off mid a little bit, send somebody top side, and then continue the very slow pressure that we're seeing right now. Ixu getting burned down slowly as a result of this Liandry's torment, so he's not going to be winning these trades anymore as long as Marin can kind of kite him with the harpoons.
He's doing okay. Anarchy, though, really wants this tier 2. They see Bang all the way up in the top lane, so that's a cue to move down and take this. And is there really too much SKT can do about this? I don't know. Don't think so.
Great job. So Anarchy takes a wave of their own, drives it forward, and then cuts SKTelecom out of their jungle while there's a large recall going on, and they'll get another tower for it. So well played. Anarchy definitely looking a lot stronger on the map than we've seen them in the past.
Yeah. Well, a lot stronger in general today, despite that loss in game 1. I mean,
it's hugely problematic that Marin didn't kill that turret, the 4 HP turret, which would have bought them more time to push up the bottom side of the map.
Well, looks like that week off has really done Anarchy a lot of good, huh?
Yeah, it definitely has.
All right, well, SKTelecom taking the opportunity while Anarchy goes back to get some control around the Baron pit. And a Baron for SKTelecom would make a big difference in terms of trying to get themselves back into this game.
Well, they're finally going to get that last 4 HP on the bottom tower.
You know, with the next dragon coming up in 32, if they can get that 3rd dragon for the move speed too, that would certainly help them in terms of bouncing between lanes and controlling things a little bit better there too.
Well, if they can't get this mid-tier 1, they're going to have a really hard time getting the dragon.
Yeah, true.
Just because with 2 towers down in the mid lane, Anarchy can start threatening their inhibitor off of a dragon immediately, and especially at 30 minutes into this game, they can just shove up and force SKT off the dragon repeatedly, or perhaps they lose that inhibitor tower. So SKT is on the defensive, and there's a lot of tricks that Anarchy can pull, which is exactly what we're seeing right now.
Oh, here we go. Wolf misses flash. They couldn't catch Songyun. There's Equalizer coming down, though. Songyun taking the Lantern out, but Mickey gets caught. Marin goes in for the kill. He gets it. Marin very, very low, too. Meanwhile, they push Ixu back in the team fight, but that's going to help Ixu get on to Bang. They need to be careful. Your Faker on the run as well. Bang in a lot of trouble. Gets back to his turret. Can Faker get over the wall? He can with his flash. So they trade 1 for 1, but losing Mickey certainly is a bit better for SKTelecom than having to give up Wolf, but they will have to give up the Dragon because of it too, it looks like.
Wolf is having a really bad game.
Yeah,
I mean, he has mechanically misplayed so many times on this Alistar. One of his best champions, Faker gets
hooked.
grabbed.
Snowflower on the other end making great plays, and Songyun picking him another kill. Wow, this is just kind of a nightmare for SKT, but you're right, man. I mean, Wolf having one of the worst games I think we've ever seen him have. And that's the thing with Wolf, is that he's usually very solid, but he does have like some of the most off games that we see.
Yeah, and
when he's bad, he's real bad.
Faker just falling to a brush trap right there from Songyun with another hook for a kill, and that'll be a tie-up in Dragons for Anarchy in this one as they move to over 3,000 gold in the lead.
Yeah, and it's more than that, too. It's the map control. It's denying that 3rd dragon. It's the fact that the Anarchy just keeps getting stronger with this team, too.
Great composition for the late game. SKT in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah, it's going to take some pretty spectacular plays from SKT to come back in this one, which is not a position we see SKTelecom in a lot. But, you know, a little bit of an overconfident, kind of cocky early game into Wolf having a pretty particularly bad game has added up to Anarchy. with a pretty sizable lead here, even if the gold doesn't necessarily show that. All right, well, pulverize onto Mickey, but nobody there to take advantage of it.
Nice, forcing Wolf's ult again right there.
Yeah. I don't know what Wolf was doing. There was no one around from SKT to really capitalize, you know?
Well, Wolf may not have known the rest of his team was afraid of walking forwards towards the river right there. Snowflower is in a very good position, and his teammates wisely not going for that. But this is a big threat right now. Bengi gonna get hooked.
Wow, Snowflower again. That leads to a lot of damage onto Bengi. Anarchy looking like they're able to take a lot of control around this Baron pit right now.
Again, so many pink wards all the time from Anarchy. This is a team that really values pink warding the map. Lyra with the quick clear.
Look at this. They can't take this mid turret.
Anarchy's been doing really well on the map this game, and they've got all the information they need to continue to make plays. Nice warding right around the Baron. He's just looking for picks, and they've been cutting SKT off the entire game, carving up the territory inside SKT's jungle to make it as difficult as possible to respond. Now the ping's on the Baron.
Yep. And they've got the vision that they can maybe make an attempt here for this. Now SKTelecom can see it too.
Well, they can't see in the pit, though.
Yeah. Oh, Bengi. Bengi could be in a little bit of trouble. Uses that knockup, gets knocked back himself as well. Wolf kind of off on his own, taking a lot of damage. Wolf getting very, very low. Has to pop that ultimate, and can he stay alive just barely here? But Anarchy with another great position.
Well, they pretty much had to face check that. There wasn't really any other way forward for SKT, and that is a very favorable trade for Anarchy.
I'd say so.
As they just continue to play with vision on the outside. Bengi again.
Bengi gets grabbed. There's Equalizer coming through. Ixu over the top onto Bang. Bang in a lot of trouble here. Faker not even getting a good opportunity to use that the shockwave rather. Double kill for Ixu. And they're going to chase down Marin as well too. Faker already backing. Sonya's not going to really help too much. Marin only delaying things.
Great
almost
Baron
certainly
baiting,
going to be
and there's an inhibitor.
Yeah.
As there's just too long on these death timers to respond. SKT really dropping off in terms of vision. Sidewave moving in. Can they get a tier 2? The last remaining one on top of all this as they really increase their gold lead. Anarchy doing a great job of closing out this game. They look very poised.
Yeah, this is probably the best game we've seen from Anarchy all season long. Yeah, they're looking really good after taking the week off.
Even when they took some knocks in the mid game, and it looked like they were going to have a hard time actually closing this one out, they responded immediately, tried to make a play in response on their own, made it work. Snowflower has been a big reason why they've been setting up plays very nicely all game long, and now that scaling advantage starting to be extremely dangerous.
Yeah, well, flash pulverize onto Mickey, gets knocked back as well too. Faker trying to get to him, gets exhausted. I feel like that headbutt may have actually kind of messed up Faker there too. He kind of headbutted him out of the range of the ball.
Faker with the blue steal though.
Yeah, he gets that. SKTelecom would have to go full SKTelecom to win this game. It's going to be tough.
Definitely is, but there isn't a lot of vision left on this Baron, but they're very afraid of Ixu in the top side. He's got nobody there to stop him just from pushing this inhibitor tower. Rumble going back, but he's going to get some really good damage with his Trinity Force on that.
He's just going to take it. Yep, just dodging the harpoon, takes the turret. There's Equalizer used. Ixu not really taking much damage from anything Marin can do.
Now that the Equalizer's gone, Marin didn't want to do that because he has no teleport, but he's going to have to. I mean, Anarchy could have actually just straight up all in on that Baron a little bit harder than they wanted to. SKT, can they find this? There's the TP.
Oh, Ixu coming in from behind. They get the mid turret, but what are they going to lose? Right onto Faker. Faker trying to get away as fast as he can. They've got that ultimate from Bang to speed him up. Turning around there. Bengi getting very low. Mickey doing a ton of damage. Ixu with another kill. Wolf able to get out of the hook with his ultimate, but look at this. Gets pulled back in. Faker gets a big shockwave, but there's no real follow-up. Bang does not enough damage as he has to flash away as well too. Marin gets blown up, a double kill for Songyun. And even with that huge ultimate from Faker, they're just way too far behind.
And that's going to be the game.
Ace,
Anarchy playing that very well. And without Marin's TP, the 5v4 just doesn't work. They get the good engage with Ixu.
Surrender. No, not quite yet. The camera's moving in a way I thought it might be, but nope, that's going to be about it. And SKTelecom dropping a game to Anarchy here. Wow, we're going to game 3. Anarchy, well played. That's a GG.
Well, they again answered blow for SKT, and they played it out very well, not giving SKT very many options, played a patient game, much more patient than last time, and that'll net them the win. So a bit of off play, overly aggressive play from SKT, and it is capitalized on by Anarchy for the victory.
Anarchy played great. I mean, that was, I would say, probably one of the worst games I think I've ever seen from Wolf. I mean, you usually don't see that many like headbutt pulverized combos missed by a professional Alistair. You know, that was really bad.
It was. But Snowflower was great on the other side.
No kidding.
Good roaming, good presence on the map, and setting up so many of those kills that resulted in tower after tower being taken.
Absolutely the MVP in my mind.